Good morning again, ladies and gents. Video number 2 of the Lego Creator Fiat 500. So I've now opened the box and I've laid everything out on the table so you can see what you get. So this is what you get in the set. So there are 960 pieces, so it'll be a bit of a quicker build than that one was. That's sort of 2,800 plus. So this one has got bags labelled 1, 2 and 3. By comparison, that went up to 12, so there was a lot more bags in the Ecto 1. So I'm doing a bit of a comparison from a relatively small set to a large one. So yeah, so bag number 1, and then there's smaller individual bags inside like you often get with some of the smaller pieces. So there's 3 bags labelled 1 with a smaller bag inside. Then you've got bag 2, there's 3 of those, and there's a smaller bag inside that one as well. And then you've got 3 bags labelled number 3, and again there's another small bag inside there with smaller pieces. You've again got this separate little piece which will obviously be the sunroof, because it's got the folding fabric sunroof, which I'll show you in a later video when I get to that stage. And then you've got the sticker sheet. It's got a few different reg plates, got 3 different registration plates you can use, and then some detailing stickers for like the air vents on the engine cover, piece there for the dashboard, sticker for the back, stickers which will be for the suitcase, because it's got a suitcase on the boot lid which contains the things for the paint palette and the paint brush. And then obviously you can see on the box is the painting, and there is the painting, the Fiat 500. Now one thing I've noticed as well is the fact that the Fiat 500 is parked in front of the Colosseum. And I was thinking the other day, wouldn't it be cool to have the Lego Colosseum, the big huge set which you can now buy, and have the Fiat 500 parked in front of it and recreate that scene, the Fiat 500 parked in front of the Colosseum. Obviously they're a totally different scale, so it wouldn't be in scale by any means, but you could quite easily park the model in front of it and recreate that photo. And it's just something I thought about the other day. It's kind of weird that it's got the Colosseum and then Lego decided to launch the Colosseum as well. So you could recreate that image and that image with the 2 different model sets. So I thought that's pretty cool. So then you've got the instruction manual itself. I've had a little look through this and it's really cool. There's lots of great information about Fiat, as it says there, the heritage, showing all the different badges that Fiat have had over the decades, starting from 1899 going right through to when it was last changed, 2006. Looking at this, it's not changed since then. Lots of great information, lots of great photos as well of the old original 500. Also how the 500 has changed since 1936. How the original Fiat 500, which I hadn't actually realised was quite a different car, and then the shape, which is much more familiar, the 57 to 60, and then 60 to 69, 60 to 77, and the model 65 to 72, which was I think the last one of this shape. Let's have a look. Yeah, 70. Oh no, there was another one there to 75, and then the modern day shape came out in 2007. Obviously the modern day shape is much larger than the original. Anybody who's know anything about cars know that the Fiat 500 these days is anything but a small car by comparison to the older cars. Anybody who's seen any of my other videos, I've got a 1984 Vauxhall Cavalier, which is known as the Opel Ascona in other parts of the world. It's also called the Chevrolet Monza in like South America. And parked next to a Fiat 500, the modern day 500 is actually as wide and quite a lot taller than what used to be a decent sized family car. So I think it's quite funny there how they've done the front and the back of the 2 500s, but the modern one is much bigger. It does actually show a better representation of the size difference a bit further on. So then it's got some talking about the challenge of designing the car. It shows you the senior designer there. And then turn over the page, some more pictures showing the car. And this is where it shows the modern version versus the old one, and you can see that's more a fair representation of the difference in size. The modern day one is much bigger. But it's really nice, lots of information, lots of full colour, and then you get on to the actual build itself, and it shows you there with the bags labelled 1 get you to that stage, number 2 gets you to that stage, and number 3 takes you through to the end. But no, I think it's great how it's got so much information about the car, the history of the car, the different models through the years. It's a nice little addition, which I think is really nice, that you often get in Lego instruction manuals. It's one thing actually that was really missing from the Lego Technic Dom's charger, because that didn't have anything like that in the beginning of it. It didn't have any information about the history of the charger or anything like that. It had a little bit of information from the movie, but not a great deal. But this is really cool. So I'm going to look forward to building it, and then I'll compare it later on to my other models. Like I said in the first video, the other ones are down there on the floor. Ignore the mess. So yeah, I'm going to get on with building it. So I'll see you in the next vid. Laters.